shock in K entertainment. Did Byung hun's wife really beg for divorce? What if the desperate cry for divorce echoing across South Korea's social feeds wasn't a celebrity's unraveling personal saga, but a sly wink to the silver screen that had fans holding their breath for all the wrong reasons? On October 17, 2025, actress Lee Min-jung, forever etched in hearts as the poised Ha Jae-kyung from the iconic 2009 hit Boys Over Flowers, ignited a firestorm with a seemingly raw Instagram post that read like a heartbroken confession. Please let Ji Won-ho and Baek Mi-young divorce and go their separate ways. The words landed like a thunderclap, especially coming from a woman whose real-life union with Hollywood star Lee Byung hun has long been the stuff of fairy tale envy. Two A-listers who weathered storms to build a family that radiates quiet strength. It's that raw vulnerability in her plea that tugs at you, isn't it? The way it mirrors the messy ache of love gone sideways, making you lean in, heart pounding, only to realize it's all part of the magic of make-believe. Yet, in the frenzy of clicks and shares, the post blurred the lines between real and real, turning a promotional tease into a national pulse check on one of K Entertainment's most resilient romances. The confusion erupted almost instantaneously, with headlines blaring, "Lee Min-jung begs for divorce," across portals like Nate and Chosun, fueling a whirlwind of speculation that had netizens dissecting every pixel of her photos. Candid shots of her laughing with co-stars Kim Ji-seok and Lee Jin-hee on set, their easy camaraderie somehow twisted into evidence of her own marital woes. Fans, those loyal guardians of celebrity lore, flooded comment sections with a mix of dread and defiance. "Not our Min-jung and Byung hun. They fought too hard for this," one wrote, echoing the collective sigh of a fandom we'd all felt invested in since their whirlwind courtship stole the spotlight over a decade ago. It's heartbreaking, really, how swiftly joy can curdle into worry in the echo chamber of social media. One ambiguous caption, and suddenly a decade of triumphs feels fragile, like a sandcastle before the tide. But beneath the alarm, there was something almost poetic about it. A reminder of how deeply we crave the happy endings for stars who mirror our own hopes, only to forget that even they borrow their heartbreaks from scripts. Thankfully, the media machine, ever vigilant, swooped in with clarifications that peeled back the layers of misunderstanding like pages from a well-worn novel. As reported by Koreaboo and KB Zoom just days later, the divorce in question wasn't a veiled SOS from Lee Min-jung's 12-year marriage, but a heartfelt pitch for her characters in the upcoming MBC drama Okay, Let's Get a Divorce, slated for a 2026 premiere. In the story, penned with the sharp wit of real-life divorce tales, Lee Min-jung embodies Baek Mi-young, a tenacious wedding dress CEO whose picture-perfect life with husband Ji Won-ho, played with brooding charm by Kim Ji-seok, crumbles after 4 exhausting years of corporate battles and unspoken resentments. Mi-young, the fierce wife at the story's core, demands separation not out of malice, but survival. Her plea, a catalyst for rediscovering what truly sparks joy amid the ruins of routine. The plot, drawing from the gritty authenticity of couples who've stared down the altar's flip side, promises to unpack the quiet erosions of love, the late nights blurring work and home, the unspoken sacrifices that stack like unpaid bills, and the bold leap toward freedom that feels both terrifying and liberating. Watching the teaser glimpses, you can't help but feel a pang of empathy for Mi-young. Her determination isn't cold. It's the fierce glow of a woman reclaiming her narrative, much like Lee Min-jung herself has done time and again in her career, turning personal pauses into powerful returns. That promotional post, with its trio of beaming faces amid floral backdrops and script pages fluttering like confetti, was meant to drum up buzz for this very tale, a clever nod to the drama's central conflict, where Mi-young's ultimatum becomes the spark for unexpected growth and, perhaps, reconciliation. Yet, in the haste of incomplete context, it snowballed into a rumor mill grinding out fears of irreparable cracks in the Lee duo's foundation. Headlines amplifying the drama in ways no screenwriter could script. Nate pinpointed the culprit. Fragmented snippets shared out of sequence, stripped of the onset levity that screamed fiction. It's a modern mishap that leaves you chuckling ruefully. How a single, emoji-less line can hijack the narrative, turning promoters into unwitting provocateurs, and reminding us all that in the age of algorithms, truth travels at the speed of a retweet, often arriving mangled. But amid the chaos, there was relief in the unraveling. A collective exhale as outlets like Chosun Biz affirmed the couple's solidity, their bond unfrayed by fictional farewells. And solidify it did, with Byung hun himself stepping into the frame as the ultimate hype man, dispatching truckloads of gourmet spreads and artisanal coffees to the "Okay, let's get a divorce" crew just hours after the post went viral. Sources close to the production, echoed in Sports Chosun dispatches, described the gesture as his signature blend of stoic affection and playful solidarity. Fuel for late-night shoots, yes, but also a subtle "I'm in your corner" to his wife, who's trading domestic bliss for the adrenaline of spotlights once more. It's these quiet acts of chivalry that make their story so endearing. In a town where egos clash like thunder, Byung hun's support feels like a warm hearth, steadying Min Jung as she navigates her long-awaited comeback. After all, Okay, Let's Get a Divorce isn't just a project, it's her triumphant re-entry to the small screen following a 5-year sabbatical. Her last role in the heartfelt family saga once again back in 2020, where she earned raves for portraying a daughter-in-law whose quiet resilience held a fractured clan together. That hiatus? It was no retreat, but a deliberate embrace of motherhood, pouring her energies into raising their 2 children amid the whirl of her husband's globe-trotting commitments. Returning now at 43, with a role that flips the script on marital monotony, feels like poetic justice, a woman who's mastered the art of balancing hearths and headlines, emerging not diminished but deepened by the interlude. To truly appreciate this chapter, you have to rewind to the origins of Lee Min-jung and Byung hun's love story, a roller coaster that began in the neon haze of 2006, when a chance collaboration on a commercial shoot sparked an instant, electric connection. She was the fresh-faced ingenue, still honing her craft in indie theater under director Jang Jin's wing. Her stage presence a blend of ethereal grace and unfiltered spark that had already caught eyes in minor roles like the indie Pruning the Grapevine. He, at 36, was the brooding heartthrob of joint security area fame, his chiseled intensity masking a vulnerability that drew her in like a moth to flame. They dated fiercely but briefly, only for the pressures of her rising star, roles in Smile, You, that catapulted her into leading lady status, and his stratospheric schedule to pull them apart. The breakup, as Min Jung later shared in a candid 2025 interview with Lifestyle Asia, was a gut-wrench. I ignored his calls, left messages unread, convinced it was for the best. It's that raw honesty that humanizes her, turning what could be tabloid fodder into a testament to growth. Who hasn't ghosted a love they weren't ready to hold, only to circle back wiser? Fate, ever the dramatist, orchestrated their reunion in 2012 at the Blue Dragon Film Awards, where a hallway brush past reignited the embers into a blaze they couldn't ignore. By then, she'd solidified her rom-com queen status with Cyrano Agency, her portrayal of a lovesick office worker a masterclass in wide-eyed yearning that grossed over 3 million tickets and snagged her a Best Actress nod. He was fresh off Masquerade's box office coronation, his dual-role prowess earning him international whispers. Their rekindled romance, announced publicly that year, was a media magnet, paparazzi trailing their discreet dates through Seoul's hidden cafes, fans shipping them harder than any on-screen pair. The wedding on August 10, 2013, at the opulent Grand Hyatt Seoul was a spectacle of understated glamour. 500 guests, including Jang Dong-gun and Song Hye-kyo, vows exchanged under crystal chandeliers. Her gown a whisper of silk that spoke volumes of the poise she'd honed since her theater days. Watching archived clips, you feel the electricity, the way his gaze lingered, a silent vow amid the flashbulbs, making you believe in second chances as more than Hollywood hokum. But no epic lacks its tempests, and theirs struck in 2014, a scandal that tested the tensile strength of their fresh vows. With Min-jung 5 months pregnant, whispers turned to roars when two aspiring actresses, Da-hee and Yesi, surfaced with claims of a $3.7 million blackmail scheme involving explicit photos and videos from alleged trysts with Byung hun. The fallout was seismic. Police investigations, tearful press conferences where he admitted to mistakes without specifics, and a nation holding its breath as Min-jung, visibly swollen with child, chose forgiveness over fracture. She later reflected in a 2025 Gulf News feature, "It was the hardest rewrite of our story. But love isn't a straight line. It's the detours that carve the depth." Heart-wrenching, yes, but profoundly inspiring. In an industry quick to discard the tarnished, her grace rebuilt not just a marriage, but a blueprint for redemption. Their therapy-fueled recommitment, a quiet revolution against cancel culture's blade. By 2015, their son arrived, a bundle of joy with his father's piercing eyes and mother's dimpled smile, heralding a new act where family eclipsed fame. Fast forward through years of balanced bliss. Byung hun conquering Hollywood with The Magnificent Seven and Squid Game cameos that blurred K-wave into global tides, while Min-jung cherry-picked roles like the sassy divorcee in Big or the empathetic lead in Wonderful Radio. Each performance a jewel in her crown of versatility. Their home, a sprawling haven in Seoul's hills, became a sanctuary where scripts mingled with sippy cups. Her Instagram glimpses of family hikes, faces artfully cropped for privacy, a balm for followers craving authenticity. Then, in late 2023, came their daughter, a surprise gift amid the pandemic's lingering shadows. Her arrival announced subtly through Byung hun's rare social nod, a single heart emoji that spoke legions. With one boy and one girl, both heirs to genes that screams star quality, the couple's pact to shield their little ones from the spotlight feels like fierce parental poetry. Imagine the potential. A son with Byung hun's brooding charisma, destined for silver screens, or a daughter inheriting Min-jung's luminous laugh, ready to light up stages. Yet they guard those futures like treasures, a choice that resonates deeply in a world where child stardom often extracts too steep a toll. Think the burnout tales of early idols, or the privacy pleas from peers like Song Joong-gi. It's admirable, this deliberate opacity, a love letter to normalcy in neon's glare, leaving us to wonder and root from afar. Public reaction to the divorce faux pas? A roller coaster of its own. From the initial gut-punch panic, Nate's trending charts spiking with Lee Min-jung marriage crisis queries, to the relieved ripple of laughter as the truth dawned. Threads on X, formerly Twitter, buzzed with memes of her post captioned, "When your drama husband is the real villain," while fan accounts dissected the irony. A woman famed for rom-com rescues now championing a split that heals. It's that twist that endears "Okay, let's get a divorce" even more. The drama's tagline, "Sometimes goodbye is the best hello," promises not despair but reinvention, mirroring Min-jung's own arc from ingenue to icon. Her co-star, Kim Ji-sok, with his track record in My Roommate is a Gumiho, brings a layered tenderness to Ji Won-ho, a designer whose creative fire dims under marital weight. Their on-screen friction a powder keg of pent-up passions. Lee Jin-hee, the sharp-witted daughter figure, adds generational zest, her arc a bridge between clinging to legacy and forging paths anew. Early buzz from MBC previews hints at laugh-out-loud set pieces amid the tears. Think wedding dress fittings gone awry or custody battles over company secrets, blending marriage stories' bite with K-drama's heart. all under director Park Soo-jin's lens, known for The Good Bad Mother's emotional alchemy. As Min-jung preps for this leap, it's impossible not to marvel at her evolution, from the wide-eyed Jae-kyung navigating Boys Over Flowers' elite intrigue, where her chemistry with Lee Min-ho sparked fanfics that still trend, to the nuanced matriarch of Once Again, whose 2020 KBS Best Actress win cemented her as a chameleon of quiet power. That award, shared with co-star Lee Sang-yoon in a Best Couple nod, was more than hardware. It was validation after years of selective shines. Her post-maternity choices, a masterclass in agency. And Byung hun? His 2025 reflections in Allkpop paint a portrait of partnership as ongoing education. Marriage taught me laughter's the best glue. Min-jung's comedy gold keeps me grounded. Their dynamic, forged in fire, now gleams with the patina of trials transcended. Holidays in Jeju's misty trails, where he sketches storyboards and she reads lines to the sea. Quiet anniversaries, marked with her homemade kimchi, his imported vintages. It's the everyday alchemy that sustains them, far from red carpet roars. In the end, this divorce dust-up isn't a glitch, but a spotlight on why we adore them. Resilient, real, and relentlessly rooting for each other. As, okay, let's get a divorce gears up to air, expect it to do more than entertain, to probe the fault lines we all tiptoe, offering solace in the split that mends. For Lee Min-jung, it's not just a role, it's a reclamation, a bold stride into midlife's spotlight that whispers to every woman watching, your story's rewrite is always yours to claim. And for us, a gentle nudge to pause before the panic, to savor the scripts that save us from our own unverified fears. Their tale, twists and all, reminds us that love's truest plot is the one we co-author, line by imperfect line.